Does your organization plan to host on-campus events? If so, you may be wondering about university requirements and more specifically, what space is available. In order to host an on-campus event, student organizations must first be registered and in good standing. Registration takes place during the fall and spring semesters and is required each semester to maintain an active status. Once registered, organizations have access to a Create Event feature through their Engage portal. This is more commonly referred to as Engage Event Registration. Any on-campus event or activity, which includes general body meetings and tabling, must be registered through Engage at least 5 business days in advance. The following campus facilities may be reserved by student organizations. Space reservations do not replace event registration through Engage. Use of space is a privilege. Organizations that do not abide by the event registration guidelines or space reservation policies defined by the venue will be referred to the Office of Student Involvement and Leadership. Privileges will be revoked for organizations that abuse this benefit. The Hill Student Center, including the HSC Amphitheater and University Recreation Space, which includes the campus green, are reserved through those facilities' websites. However, the space, once reserved, is then confirmed through the organization's event registration form. The space will be released if event registration is not submitted. However, housing and residence life and academic space are reserved directly through the Engage event registration form. All events, regardless of where the space reservation was made or who with, are required to be registered on Engage. Again, this includes events, organization meetings, tabling or promotional activities, and fundraisers, among other activities your organization may host. Now, let's learn more about each unique space. First, the Hill Student Center. To reserve HSC space, navigate to their website and scroll down to request a space. Sign in, book now, and then select your event details. This will generate a list of potential spaces. You can then identify the space you are interested in, then proceed to reserve the space. The group is based on your memberships in Engage, so be sure to accept your membership invitation from your organization. HSC space opens to student organizations the first Tuesday in October and the first Tuesday of March for the following semesters. Again, the organization must submit Engage event registration at least 5 business days in advance to confirm use of HSC space. Much like the HSC, University Recreation also requires student organizations to reserve space through their facilities website. Navigate to their Facilities tab and then click the Request form for the space you're interested in. Proceed to complete the rental request form. Again, once reserved, the organization must submit Engage event registration at least 5 business days in advance to confirm use of their reserved space. Failure to do so will result in the space being released. There are 3 academic buildings available to student organizations. They include Heritage Hall, Campbell Hall, and University Hall. Classrooms in these 3 buildings can be reserved directly through Engage event registration. Uniquely, academic space cannot be reserved until after the add-drop period at the beginning of each semester. Requests can be made in advance, but they will not be reviewed and space will not be assigned until following that date. Now we will watch a video on how to reserve academic space. This video can be accessed at any time on the Student Involvement and Leadership YouTube channel or through Engage News by searching How to Reserve Academic Space. To reserve academic space, start with your organization's Engage profile. Manage the organization, then use the drop-down menu to select events. You'll create an event using the blue button, and here you'll indicate your preferred academic space along with the other event details. When you identify the time as well as your location, add a location, click Not to show it on the map, and type in academic space or your preferred academic space if you know which space you would like. Continue through the event registration form. Here you'll be asked where your event is held. Be sure to select academic space. You can select the nature of your meeting and indicate whether it's a service project. Now you're going to be prompted to answer additional information about your academic space request. Here, reaffirm that yes, you need to request an academic space. It's going to share academic space policies and reservation process. Be sure to read that and then indicate your preferences for the academic space you would like to reserve. You can press 3 options for academic space. Once you do so, you're going to navigate through the rest of the event registration form, and after you submit, academic space reservations will review your form and assign you your preferred space or assign you to another available space that fits your preferences and needs. Once the request is submitted, Academic space reservations will be automatically assigned to review your submission. Here, they will vote by giving a thumbs up or a thumbs down on whether your submission is approved. At the bottom of your submission, you'll also be able to see comments. Here, they've denied the request due to time restraints. As a reminder, all space requests must be submitted 5 business days in advance. If the academic space is approved, they'll provide a green thumbs up, as well as share an updated comment on that confirmation. In this instant, the requested preferred space was not available, so an alternative space was identified. Additionally, you'll receive a confirmation email for this space from the Office of the Registrar. To reserve housing and residence life space, mimic the academic process just demonstrated. Housing and residence life space can be reserved through the Engage event registration form. However, there are a few unique components to this space reservation. First, any event hosted in housing space must be open to all residents. Additionally, housing and residence life space cannot be requested more than 2 weeks in advance to the event date. Lastly, reoccurring organization meetings are not allowed in housing facilities. There may be other campus spaces your organization is interested in reserving. However, the ones listed in this video are the only spaces reservable by student organizations as a benefit to registration. If your organization has a connection to another facility, it is fine to host events there. However, it's the organization's responsibility to confirm that space and ensure venue compliance. The event, regardless of who it is confirmed with, should still be registered on Engage a minimum of 5 business days in advance. Now that you know what spaces are available to you and hopefully better understand the reservation process, let's quickly review 3 tips for success. First, plan ahead. Events or activities submitted less than 5 business days in advance will be automatically denied. 2, register your event. Registration is required for any in-person activity. And lastly, 3, do not market your event until it has been approved. Approval may take a few days, so build this into your planning timeline. Ensure that any marketed materials follow university visual identity guidelines, which can be found in the Student Organization Handbook. And that's it. Any questions regarding student organization event registration may be directed to getinvolved@uab.edu.